Thanks for tuning into the Carrie Hannah podcast. Here's your host, Bryce and Kevin.
And Bryce has muted himself and forgotten to unmute himself.
No, I unmuted.
Oh, he's
Hold
back.
on. No, we'll do it again. That was retarded.
No! Oh, no. Keep it in. It
So
was fun.
fucked. I'll just do it again. And I'll just edit out the intro.
Damn.
Fuck me. Do it again. All right.
Very, very professional up.
Well, I thought so, yeah.
Thanks for tuning into the Carrie Hannah podcast. Here's your host, Bryce and Kevin.
Welcome back to the Carrie Handle podcast. And this time I was unmuted. Yay. With me, as always, is Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Hello.
Hello.
Kevin's distracting me with a GoPro for some reason. How you doing, buddy?
GoProing my GoPro that's GoProing
This is
GoPro.
a second attempt, and this is somehow worse than the first time we did this.
No, it's not. We have our wonderful, lovely guest back on today.
Yes, we have Luke from TFBTV and all of the internet places. Hi, Luke. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Luke.
The most
I guess
intimidating.
it is afternoon in your part of the world. So yeah,
Afternoon?
good afternoon.
Yeah, it is afternoon.
And
Happy
the future
weekend
is
to
bright.
both of you. Merry
Yes.
Christmas, because I didn't. I think. Well, of course, I didn't see either of you for Christmas, but I talked to both of you. So Merry Christmas again.
Merry
Thank you,
Christmas.
and to you as well, and almost Happy New Year. I always, the passage of time always baffles me because I'm like, oh, Christmas, and then we have nope, New Year's coming up right around the corner. It's very exciting.
It
And then
is.
after, yep. I know how dates work and things, and so
It's not that far away. It's and we're so busy that we don't notice the passage of time a lot of times.
yes, that's what it is. Is my
Yeah.
wife? She'll just kind of come around, and then we'll do friends of the channel before I forget. But she'll be like, "Oh yeah." So I live my life day to day in terms of my wife just informs me the tasks that we have going on. She's like, "All right, we have this, and we're meeting these people," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then she just says, "Go over here." I'm like, "Okay." I just go where she tells me to.
And that's the secret to a happy marriage.
Yes, it is. It's also the secret to a good friendship because that's effectively what Kevin does for me. Is he's just like,
Correct.
all right, point the retard in this
If-
direction and go that way.
If
It's amazing what you can
have
accomplish
time.
when you do things together.
Yes, it's true.
We
It's-
do.
It's
We hold hands sometimes.
That's okay.
begrudgingly,
That's
but yes, mostly because I get
Begrudgingly?
lost in a crowd.
You said begrudgingly.
You have
I put-
clammy hands.
I put
Okay,
so much love
I
into
didn't wanna
that
tell you
statement,
that.
and you've shot me down quicker than a fat man shooting down a Diet Coke.
oh my god. Well, before I want to talk about Streamlights real quick. We were talking before we got on air about Streamlights, and Luke and I both apparently, and to include Mike Pappas of Dead Air, but we all share.
Hi, Mike.
We share what?
I was saying hi to Mike.
Yes.
Wait.
Hi.
Whatever
real
he
quick
listens.
before I do a thing, Kevin, say thank you to the people that we like.
Thank you, Hannah
Thank you, Hannah, for scheduling. You rock.
Hammy. And
Hannah
Mike.
Thank you,
3D
Hannah.
prints, discount codes.
Oh, hold up. Wait, we have Hammy 3D prints discount codes
Yes, we
on
do.
this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
a
we
that's
do.
a legit sponsorship. That's like one of the best sponsorships you could have because
It is. We don't. Okay, for the record, we do not get kickbacks from that, but he is our bestest of buddies and friends, and we love him so very much. And
That's
we actually
why-
just did a podcast with.
That, well, I wouldn't say I shill his stuff because shill carries a negative connotation with it, but I will 100% promote Hammy's stuff because I love Hammy's stuff. I actually just put out an article on one of Hammy's products on the Firearm blog.
What
Nice.
what was it?
The battery case he makes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
so
yeah.
my favorite thing, I broke one of his. If nobody can see this except for the people in the studio, but that the LMT back there. That's the MWS. That broke the SR25 mount that he got or he gave me. And he just sent me a new updated one, which is a lot more durable. So I need to swap it out. Thank you very much, Hammy. And then real quick before I forget, 19
He's-
Charlie Tactical
Yep.
is carry handle 10, maybe.
So, that sounds right.
I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting that fucking discount
Eastern
code.
Shores Sling Company.
And then Eastern Shore Sling Company. It's a Maryland-based company that makes amazing nylon products. And I mean, Kevin and I love our brushstroke slings. They're very nice. And then so the battery case, and you were showing us a mag. Was that the mag stand where you have the
I just
existing
picked
mag?
them up. So this is a mag stand from Hammy. I think if I am remembering correctly, it's made out of PETG CF, which is a carbon fiber infused polymer that's extruded, so it's a lot stronger than like your regular PLA plastics and things like that. And then this one's a Glock 19 stand. Works with your Glock 19, Glock 17 at all. You know, it's great for
Oh.
pictures. That's the only reason I picked them up, is because I
I
don't have
had
models.
that problem. Yeah, I've
Mhm.
had that problem trying to take pictures. I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures I've had on Instagram, where I literally take a bullet and balance the gun.
Yeah.
I saw me using physics
Yeah.
in my mind to balance shit with like mags and bullets and shells. And I have like literally maybe half a second to get a picture before gravity's just like, fuck you, and it falls over.
Yeah.
Mine isn't even for like photography. I just put them out because I think they look cool, and then I'll cycle them through. It's like, oh, I'm feeling this gun. Except the MWS has never moved. It's always, because I only have one SR
Well-
or AR-10.
You only have one?
I know. I'm not really an AR-10 guy.
Really?
It's not a popular opinion, but I'm really
I
small and
forgive
weak.
you,
and
and
they're
I
heavy.
still love you, Bryce. It's
They're so
okay.
heavy.
You,
And
They
there's
are
so much
heavy.
recoil.
They are heavy.
I'm just a small man. I'm just
They're-
a baby,
they're as heavy as 10 boxes one might be carrying.
dude. Oh, I cannot believe. Yeah, my favorite thing is that the Army's like, you know what? What we need to do is get a heavier gun with less ammo and give it
Yep.
to the same people, and then logistically that'll work out. It's totally fine. We did it with the M14, and that made sense. Oh wait,
Yeah. Get swole.
Then we did it with the SCAR. Oh wait, no, we didn't.
no, we tried for like 5 seconds, and then even SF was like, I think no.
And then we did it with the Mark 11 mods. Oh no, wait, we didn't do it with that either.
No, not that one either.
Not even a regular AR-10.
Well, yeah, I mean, even with the Mark 11, it didn't. Well, not the Mark 11. I'm sorry. So the SR-25 platform, they were like, all right, this is okay if we want to schwack people from like 800 yards with 308. That's super cool. But I mean, even we what was it? No, because the MRGG A or B or whatever the hell it is, that's in 6.5 Creedmoor. That's an SR-25. And then the M110A1 that's also, well, that's not an SR-25. It's an HK, but
I actually like
Which
the
actually-
M110 a lot. The M110
Yeah.
is a cool platform.
I have
It
never shot
is.
an M110. Not a
Really?
single time. No, I need
well,
to.
I
Don't-
haven't either.
Don't shoot it in like a gimped, and I say that with the utmost respect for all my GIMP friends out there. In the in the gimped configuration, you have to shoot it with the proper optic, then the proper AAC suppressor on there, because otherwise you're getting a diluted experience, I think.
The M110 uses an AAC suppressor?
I believe so. I think it's an AAC suppressor.
I thought it was a CAC suppressor. I thought it was a gate lock CAC
it
suppressor.
Slips over the barrel.
The reflex one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
like
thought
it's
the
like
AAC one was for the SCAR.
I could be wrong. There's also
I think
that.
you are.
I don't have my
Oh.
level of certainty is at like 70% right now.
I'm pretty
I-
sure it's a
I
Knights
can
Armament
feel-
suppressor.
I can feel Bryce wanting to Google it so bad.
Yeah, no, I don't have to Google it. The AAC
He's
one is
sweating.
on the.
He's scratching the back of his
is-
head. He's like, I must.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Google.
because
He's
the
really-
reflex one is for the SCAR, and then the AAC one is the SCAR, because I know the mounts.
Thank
But
you for the correction.
well, no, it's fine. Now, however, I think it's funny. Does AAC, in terms of like civilian stuff, do people still buy AAC? Is that
I think people who appreciate and like vintage firearms are purchasing AAC cans still.
yeah? Because I don't see them pushing. Like, I still see dead air stuff, with the exception of like the Sierra, whatever fiasco, where it was like eating itself.
The Sierra 5.
Yeah,
You guys know the story behind that, right? Like about
No,
how
I don't.
So-
not at all.
again, and Mike can kick my ass for saying this, but I'm pretty sure what happened is that there was an intermittent power outage, during one of the critical processes, making that suppressor, and it, backup generators kicked on like they should have, but I think they kicked on like slightly too late, and it messed up a bunch of the machines in the process, and no one caught it.
Oh
Boy.
And it may have not even been like dead air proper. It might have been an OEM for dead air or something like that. So like I think it's a multi-layered problem that like, well, yes, they probably should have caught this and sorted it out. They probably just didn't. I don't think there was a whole lot of malicious intent there. If
Well,
any.
it's like
I wouldn't
when
imagine
you
there
have
would be.
something like mass production, like it's hard to,
But
that's
yeah.
just,
I think newer versions of it that I've tried out so far have been pretty solid. So
Nice.
I like
on
knurling. I can't help myself. I like knurling.
Oh, dude, I'm a '90s kid, so I just suppressors to me peaked just with some knurling on the tube. That's why I like the AEM or like the OCM stuff. It's just a tube with knurling.
Well, I mean, I feel like we are getting a little bit too pedantic when it comes to suppressor design, because no one's making the gun Hollywood quiet or anything like that, and everyone's chasing like some like nebulous metric. I think at this point, it used to be like, ooh, who has the best sound suppression, and then it became who has the lightest suppressor, and then it was like who has the most modular suppressor, and now it's like, well, who can poop out enough gas out of the front end of the can so that it's not coming back in your face, which I think is probably the more logical thing,
right?
Because sound suppression is going to take place no matter what.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
I like that because then you don't get gas back in your face, and it makes it more of an enjoyable experience for you as a shooter.
flow through just in general seems like it when you're not looking at the gun or listening to it outside of your little cone of fire. I think that's when people care about it. But when you're actually shooting the gun, or like, I guess at the shooter's ear, because people, I was reading yesterday, it was like if it's louder at the muzzle, or if it's quieter at the muzzle, it's typically louder at the ear. If it's quieter at the ear, it's typically louder at the muzzle, because it's got to go somewhere. You can't just make it go away. Now, I mean, obviously, you're gonna have like
damn you physics, damn you.
damn you.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never paid attention like enough to notice the difference at the ear.
Well, and I think maybe that's what it is. Is like, who fucking cares? Like, at the end of the day, if I want a can, it's probably because it makes shooting the gun slightly less annoying in terms of volume. However, it does, unless it's like one of the vent series where like it doesn't feel like anything on the end of the muzzle, which I don't have any worldly experience with those past like a couple range days. But I mean, typically it makes the gun more unwieldy. It makes it dirtier. I mean, there's downsides, but if it's more fun to shoot, and then, I mean, if you clean your guns like a responsible person, I'm sure that might not be super fun for you, but I don't do that. So I just kind of shoot them until they stop working.
I was going to say, do you clean your gun sprays?
No, I do not.
Maybe we should
actually, that's not true. My J frame, when I need to clean that, because it'll fill up full of lint and dust and all kinds of shit, because I like that gun a lot. I just load up a cylinder and just shoot it into the dirt, and then just kind of scrub off the star. That's how I clean. That's how I clean that gun.
Luke,
I like the casually like shooting stuff into dirt.
Yeah,
that's fun.
That's
I used to do that ages ago when I lived in a freer state. I won't say freer state. I'll just say a state that actually didn't care enough to respond to random gunshots in the semi-suburbs.
Awesome. I would do it, but I feel like it would just be a domino cascade effect. So
your neighbors are going to start joining in.
Yeah,
just leaning out the window.
It's like living in like Saudi Arabia, or like,
that's what I was thinking.
You guys ever see those videos like where they're just having a party with shotguns and they're
they're jumping and shooting down,
or just
I feel like I would mistime that,
mag jumping into the air, and then they accidentally shoot their aunt, and everyone pretends like it's a normal thing.
Yeah, it's fine. And everybody's still partying.
We didn't like that aunt anyway.
I watched a video. It was a guy with like a scorpion. He was like looking at it. It wasn't working, so he looked at like directly at it, and then you just see him go limp. And I'm like, well, that was quick. It's last wedding for you. But it's not frowned upon where I am technically. So we're out of the city limits, so it's not illegal,
right?
But it's generally I like to do it when there's not a lot of people around, just because it seems like I don't want to listen to gunfire all the time.
It's the same reason why suppressors should be an unregulated item because
Yeah.
it's just more polite to shoot quieter.
And
That's really it.
soon they
I said
will
quieter,
be,
not silent. It's
Yeah,
quieter.
it's not
they'll
silent.
be soon we'll be closer to that in like what, 3 days, 4 days?
I don't know. I thought, was it January 1 is actually when they open the books back up for you to be able to
Right, because there's
apply?
a current NFA division outage or something like that right now, right?
Yeah, because they were trying to retool. They were like, well, we have to reset up
E-forms.
for, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm actually waiting. I'm an FFL SOT, and I'm waiting
Mhm.
to fill out a Form 3 to send a suppressor back to a manufacturer, and I can't do it right now. So
Interesting.
Well, I was too impatient. The SBRs that I have 2 of them. Well, one of them isn't really a rifle yet, but I I decided, you know what? I can't wait until January, so I SBR'd both my 104 and the G36. I think last month. And I was like,
Yep.
no, I'm just gonna blow the $400 because I
Yep.
can't wait. And now it's worse because I'm gonna not have that stock for the G36 and probably into January. And so, now,
Yeah, you
granted,
could have just waited.
now I do expect some crazy wait times though. I think the wait times for a little bit are gonna go up because of everybody going, no tax stamp. But and then
well, there's a bunch of suppressor retailers, in particular, like a lot of gun stores, even like O3s, like me, dealers, who they have a deal now where like you order a suppressor now, and they'll hold on to it for you, and then they won't start the transfer process until after January 1st.
That's cool.
Oh,
It's been
damn.
a huge thing. I think both Silencer Shop, Silencers, and Silencer Central are doing that.
Okay.
If
I
if
need to.
if my memory serves me correctly.
I need to. I use. I think Silencer Shop is who because I was like a little scaredy boy. I used their service because I was like, I don't know how to do this, and I saw all the videos, and I'm like, I'm gonna fuck this up. Like I know I'm gonna fuck this up.
Just filling out like a form 4.
Yeah, because I was too much of a pussy to actually just do it myself,
It's
and then
it's wild how crazy easy it is these days. Like Silencer
yeah,
Shop, and I'm again, like they sponsor my podcast, and it sounds like I'm shilling, but they really do make it a whole lot easier. And I will
it is
pay
so
Yeah.
easy.
I'm willing to pay the $50 because I don't have to go get a new set of fingerprint cards and fill out 2 sets, or actually technically not 2 sets, it's 3 sets of the paperwork
Okay,
for a Form 4, because you have
yeah.
Wow.
your copy, the chief law enforcement officer's copy for your county in which you reside in, and then there's also the
Is that
ATF
still
copy.
required?
Yes.
I thought they dropped that.
If they did, I have not heard of that. But as far as I know, it's 3 copies. You have to have
Okay,
your copy, the ATF's copy, and then the Clio copy.
it
So-
is so hands off. It's so convenient. Now, however, the second one I did when I did my G36 one, I got impatient and they got through like half the process and then my internet dropped and then I had to go to work. So I came home and I was like, wait a second, if all I have to do is finalize it, I finalized it on the ATF's website, but it still pops that I haven't certified on the portal in Silencer Shop
Yeah.
and it will not go away.
There's some
Like-
miscommunication. I have 2 stamps that I've received back. I don't know if you guys remember this, but when they had free registration for a while, do you guys remember
Yeah.
that?
Oh,
So I was
yeah.
like, hey, why not? I'll register some like BS guns that like I would
Right.
never pay $200 to register as SBRs. And so I did it. Like I did a PSA lower.
God bless.
I know, right?
Nice.
It's a cheap gun. So I registered a PSA AR-15 lower and then a Fletcher Rifle Works 1122. And I think those are still free, and everyone was worried like they're going to come back and tax you the
Yeah.
$200 after the fact. No, the government's not going to hunt down $400 from some
We had a-
random person.
We had a
Yeah.
buddy that like registered like fucking 7 lowers. He was just like all of them, just
Yeah.
doing it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, hell yeah. I don't know why. I think I was kind of weird about SBRs at the time. Like I was a little intimidated by it because it's not just as simple as going and buying a gun. It's like my dumb guy brain. I'm like, well, there's more paperwork. It's not really that
Well,
much.
it's like a whole process.
Well,
you know?
there is a major difference, and this is part of the reason why I'm still not like, wow, this is so great. We're getting free tax stamps. It's because like you still are more or less like consenting. Like the reason why people have a problem with the NFA as opposed to a 4473, at least on paper, and if everyone's playing, the right game and being honest and stuff like that, a 4473 is not a firearms registry. It is simply a piece of paper that never gets sent to the ATF unless they request it. And it's solely for the purpose of you, the FFL, verifying if your customer or the person that you're transferring the firearm to is legal to own a gun. Is not a felon, is not an illegal alien, has not renounced their United States citizenship, is not a drug offender or a violent offender, things like that. So it's literally just for the peer-to-peer exchange, like business to customer exchange, and the government's not involved. Now, when you add on to that the NFA process, well, guess what? Now the FBI is probably looking at the ATF, which is a 3-letter alphabet agency, is definitely looking at that. And then they also now have your fingerprints, and that is 100% on a registry. Like every SBR, Form 4, Form 1 that I have filled out is 100% on a list somewhere, even if the ATF's not currently looking at it. But they could find out, hey, I want to see what suppressors Luke has. And they can find out exactly which manufacturers when I transfer them, and they have a lot of data, which is kind of disturbing.
Yeah, it's quite
without due process, is what I'm saying. Like they don't have to go to a judge and get a warrant to find my 4473s from all my FFLs. Yeah, this is just stuff they can reference.
Yeah, I definitely understand the people's trepidation or their kind of pause, because I mean it's kind of that was one of the big kind of sticking points for me was, well, they're gonna have more of my information, but I mean, to be fair, I have a car and I have an ID and I do other things that require government authority or government yes or no's, which is what I just said. I don't know why I said it that way, but it's not too far removed from what I do now. So I don't know. And I like shorter guns. I guess I'm willing to be
if you've ever paid taxes in the last 40 years, the government knows who you are.
Yeah. I mean, I also feel like they probably now have a gun on some level because I post about it on fucking Facebook and Instagram, and it's unless you're completely Ted or not
be
Ted
interesting.
Bundy.
Well, let's look at it this way: that any sufficiently motivated human being, up to and including the people that work in the government who may or may not like you, can 100% map the interior of your house simply just using your Wi-Fi.
Using a router.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and people think that's fantasy shit, but it's not. That's something that Deus Ex never prepared us for, right? They're still using security cameras and stuff like that, but you 100% can be the interior of your house can be monitored. Any speakers inside of your house can also be used as microphones. That technology's been around since the 80s. So
yeah,
any smart device that has a speaker and a Wi-Fi connection, it's a potential point of spy on
every
citizen. You live in the dystopian hellhole that your fathers warned you about.
It's so true. It's so fucking true.
Welcome to the post-apocalypse, boys.
I like to walk by people and say things because I know they'll give them ads on their phone.
He does that shit to me all fucking time.
Car tires.
We will be in the car and he'll just, I know what he's doing because he'll keep bringing up the same subject, and it's very frustrating. And then just all the ads I'm getting pushed. That's why that's one of the biggest reasons I don't get on fucking Facebook anymore, is it's just a bunch of nonsense.
It's all targeted advertising.
Yeah. Now, granted, I have learned recently is it's not just old people on Facebook anymore. Apparently, younger people use it. I am not one of those people. I refuse.
Younger people use it? That's crazy. No.
Our Facebook page isn't really active. I should probably do something about that. But I don't know. We get interaction there. It's actually where we met, Mike from 19 Charlie. He found us on Facebook.
On Facebook. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It's it is you just proved its efficacy there. It is a marketing / connection tool. So
you just gotta curtail the Facebook. I have all mine the medical stuff now. It's actually pretty cool.
Each piece of social media is a fishing line, and your content is the lure that you're trying to get people to come in. You want to catch them in your net.
And you want to know a story? I have a story. Can I tell a story?
I like stories.
It's really fun. I think Luke will get a giggle out of this.
Bryce would have made a great elementary school teacher.
So, way back when I was in, I think, 8th grade, and I had MySpace. So I
How
had
dare
MySpace.
your parents
I-
let you have a MySpace?
I never
in
had a MySpace.
8th grade?
My parents made
look,
my
look,
Facebook.
Look, I had MySpace, and then I went with my brother to USHU's library, Uniform Services of Uniform Medicine. It's like the Naval Academy for medical school. Walter Reed, National Naval Medical Center. So it's like a government complex. I get on, he's like, yeah, go get on the computer, whatever. I got to study. I'm like, okay, cool. I get on the computer, I type in MySpace, blocked, immediately blocked. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I wonder if Facebook's blocked. I type in Facebook. Nope, not blocked. So I made a Facebook account on a government computer that now tracks my everyday life.
It was like that in high school too.
Huzzah!
Facebook wasn't blocked. MySpace was though.
I know, Facebook was everywhere.
Man,
It
you guys
so
are
crushed
missing
weird.
out on all
society.
the hot big titty goth girls. Then I mean, that's what MySpace was for, right?
Yeah, I know what it was for, Luke. That's what I used it
We
for.
know what it was
okay?
for.
It was for music and goth girls. Like you have to
Yeah,
find your
and
goth
AIM.
girlfriend.
Don't
on
forget AIM.
MySpace.
Don't forget AOL.
The
You got
first
mail.
my first exposure to Facebook, I was at the Taekwondo place that it was like sort of a daycare kind of thing, but it wasn't. It was also where I went to do the martial arts, or I mean, you can call it martial, you can call it whatever you want, but it was like that's where we spent a lot of the time. And one of the admin ladies was looking on her Facebook like when it was brand new, like they just had taken it from the college, like where it was just the college guys, and then they just become like a public service. And the coolest thing to me was she hovered her mouse over somebody's face and it had their name, and I was like, what is this? This
Yeah.
is the future. How do they know? So that was, I think, the only real cool thing about Facebook for me. But then I kind of refused to get online because I'm not really a people person. Kevin can probably
Well, what
tell
about
you I
Yahoo
wasn't
Messenger?
the most
dude?
personable person.
Remember
Do
that?
what?
Yahoo
What was it?
Messenger? Remember that? Did you ever use that, Luke?
I did in the 2010s when I worked at a web design studio. I actually never had an account as a youth. I was strictly a AOL Instant Messenger guy
Dude,
for
I was using it.
ICQ as well.
Yeah, I
Had that, and then of course I was on Ventrilo for just like talking to people and stuff like that. But Ventrilo's dead now.
Yes,
I didn't have any of
that's
that.
all dead.
I made a pretty concentrated effort to be unlikable in high school. So I didn't
you
do
were
any of
very
that.
likable, Bryce.
Kevin tells stories that I apparently have just
So,
blocked that
like-
entire block out.
What you're telling me is that you were a theater kid in high school.
Nope. I was part of a robotics club.
That's cool though. I would have been friends with you.
I quite liked robots.
Yeah,
I quite
that
like
sounds.
robots.
That's cool.
I used to solder little solar powered robots in my basement because that's where I would go. Like I didn't sneak out when I was a kid. I just went to the basement.
No,
and that's
you
where
just had an underground robot fighting ring.
Yeah, you
so
did.
it was really cool because it was like having little friends. When you'd flip on the lights, they would all just start like crawling around, except my mom would she'd get annoyed because she'd come down and you'd hear crunch and she's like, so there's a robot inside the carpet now. Thank you. That's great. I'm like, Leroy, no.
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember our woodshop teacher stopped, like we were tasked from building something, me and Bryce together. He
Yeah.
walks over and he looks at our designs and our rubber bands and he just shakes his head. He's like, no, you can't make that.
No trebuchets.
Yeah, he's
We
like,
were
no
so
trebuchets.
bummed.
He's like, no weapons. Like,
was
it's
like,
not a weapon.
why?
We were arguing the legality. He's like, no. I'm like,
It's
Damn
well,
it.
I think I argued. I think that it was like a delivery device. I was like, this
Yeah.
is how we get stuff over
yeah,
to
we were,
places.
we
and
were
he was
trying
like,
to legalese
no.
our way out of it. He's like, no. I'm like, damn.
But I think was I with you when we just ended up doing the hand, like the
I think we
robotic
did.
hand?
Yeah, I think we did. Well, no, I didn't do robotics with you. I just did woodshop.
No. I'm sorry. The hydraulic hand with like
maybe.
a PET board or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, I don't remember what we ended up doing. But then after that, he was like, all right, you need something to do after schools. Robots? I'm like, I'm your boy.
Yeah, Bryce wrote robots, so I went coding because coding was a lot funner to break computers with.
I liked the hardware. I just built the thing. I didn't actually program it, but I was the pilot, if you could call it that.
Nice.
We went to a competition. It was very fun.
That
I
sounds
was
fun.
just
First
break
robotics.
computers. That was my whole goal in life in programming class. I would just program shit to break the RAM. I'd use it to eat the RAM out of the computer, and then it would freeze the computer. And I'm like, teacher, actually, Kevin, I know. I'm like, okay, it's broken again. I know. Okay, just okay. Cool.
The only other,
thanks.
I think the only productive thing I did with a computer was was it photography? The photography room where we had like, there were like a select few people that had flash drives for us to play CSGO for like the LAN CSGO.
But yeah,
and-
CS 1.6 Flash. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
So we would play that. Actually, I think I just annoyed my way into the group. I was like, I'm sitting here now. I'm playing with
Yeah,
you
I think
people.
I think I
Sometimes
found
that's what you got to do. That's how you make good friends.
because I
Yes.
think we were doing Halo a lot, and I got tired of Halo, so I did CS
Yeah.
1.5 or 6. And I'm like, have you guys ever played CS? Because I grew up playing fucking Counter-Strike. And they're like, no, what's Counter-Strike? I'm like, a gasp. I'm like, this is Counter-Strike. It's amazing. And Bryce
Dude, it was great.
immediately hooked.
That was my first time playing with the SIG 500 series. I was like, oh, I like this gun. Even though the ejection port's on the wrong side. I hate
Because
it.
the guy
All
was
the guns have
left-handed
the
when he
ejection
made
port
the
on the
game.
wrong side.
I know.
It's
like
because the
forever.
creator was left-handed.
Listen, the only game that's acceptable in is black, and I'll hear none of it. Okay? That game is one of my favorite games of all time.
And the sound design is
It's terrible.
lackluster.
It's
In Black, how
egregious.
dare you? That is like one of the most underrated
I
games.
said the
out there.
sound
love that
design,
game.
Luke. You're gonna tell me the sound design in that game is okay?
Look, these
It was
are
pretty bad.
these are holy relics of my youth.
Right.
They may be like post high school curiosities for you guys, but these were like formative year games for me.
Look, I grew
Yeah.
up playing Team Fortress Classics, sir. I learned the steadiness of my mouse hand.
I'm bad at video
That's where
games
you learn
anyway,
to steady
so
hand, is it?
It is because you have to hold the mouse button to snipe people, and it takes forever.
Oh man. I just remember I was so happy when I finally got to it was like the tanker mission or I think it's the oil rig mission where you first get a G36 in that game. It was magical. 'Cause
Man,
I
you
think
are
there's
obsessed
a
with the G36 right now, Bryce.
He
I
really
like
is.
G36.
You have,
I've
you have
always liked
G36 on the
G36s.
brain.
I do. I like
So
G36s
for
a lot.
you, Bryce, I want to ask you in particular because you're apparently the resident G36 autist. Has the G36 always been a bad guy gun for you, or is it like do you associate it with
No.
good guys instead?
No, it
'Cause
was
to me,
it
like
was
the bad guys carry G36s, and that's why they're cool.
See,
Huh.
I liked it because in Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise built it out of a suitcase. Which that's why I liked it.
I mean,
I don't know
nice.
if you actually read one of the first articles I did. Like I made a reference to
Yeah.
it,
And
that's where
the-
I found it.
That's the third or fourth Mission Impossible, though, right? The one on the bridge.
That's the third one with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
So
RIP.
that's the G36L, if I remember correctly, because it's a long barrel variant of it.
I think it was an
Ooh.
E.
Like the 18-inch barrel, or is it the standard carbine?
No,
16-inch?
the 18-inch
Google
is
help
the
us.
LMG,
Google
but I
help
think
us.
that was a K.
I'm elderly,
was either an E
so
or a K.
I can see the shape of the gun, but not the length of the gun in my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah. The only thing I will not do is get that fucking optic, that 3-power with the dot on the top.
Why?
I've shot it and I hate it. It
don't
looks
have to
really cool.
like it, but it's
the
cool.
integrated optic setup.
Oh,
It
they're
looks
so
cool, but
bad.
it's not great. I agree with Bryce. I've shot a fair number of actual G36s with that optic in it, and
Yeah.
it's a bad system. Like the eye relief is terrible. The eye box is the exit pupil is super unforgiving,
It's
And
blue.
also it's kind of just-
it's not even a little blue. It's just blue.
and it's not even like there's no. I guess if you wanted to look at something slightly closer, like it's the equivalent of like squinting a little bit because it's like a 3-power
Yeah.
optic.
Yeah, it's pretty useless.
the
There's no
Germans
field
are
of
like,
view.
Just squint.
There's
So
a
you're far better
fisheye
off with
effect.
an EOTech and like a
Kevin loves EOTechs.
an EOTech magnifier, honestly, like a
I-
G33.
I
or
will
something.
allow it on the G36.
I'm having a problem finding because my G36 is specifically for as the kids say, for the vibes, as it were.
Ooh,
Maybe
the
the old people
vibes.
say that.
The
but
vine for the vine.
that's also an old person thing. But
do,
no.
do it for the vine. YOLO.
So I know Tommy made kind of like an abbreviated carry handle, and I'm going to keep saying Mike, but Mike from 19 Charlie, he's got one with that like and it has like a 1913 section in the back. So it replaces that magnifier. I think that looks ugly as hell, except when you put like the correct optic on it. But I think I need like an M2, like a comp M2 or something on it. I need a tube. I think that's the only way to fix, because of the height of the rail is super awkward, and you kind of like if you put like a T1 clone or something on it, it sits too low, and then your irons just are the whole optic. It takes up the entire tube,
Yeah.
and it's not super great. But I'm also a small guy, so I have to have the short stock. So I have to figure out. Now I did see some. There's a surplus G36C stock with a cheek riser, which looks pretty cool. And I know the IDZ and some of the other stocks are where it's at, but again, for the vibes, I need just the regular C stock, because you shoot it when it's folded, which is super practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
the
need.
beauty of every other firearm design besides the AR-15.
Yes. Which, I mean, I used to be really hung up on getting a law folder and having the gun fold, but I was watching a Hop video however long ago, and he was I think he was talking about the ACR stocks and like all the modular 1913 stocks, and he was like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really make a lot of sense, because when you end up folding it, it's just bigger in a different dimension. So it's like, it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense to have something that folds unless there's a very specific niche for where it needs to go.
Vehicle
I mean,
storage.
yeah,
Like
I mean,
if
the
you're a
last-
helicopter pilot, if you
Yeah.
like have to operate out of the back of a Humvee or an MRAP or like a civilian vehicle, like you don't want like a full length, like especially with a suppressor on it and everything like that. Any like bit of compactness helps. And if you can stuff it in a bag, if you're not
Right.
planning on using it right away, that's even better. Like that way you're not like exposing your optics to a bunch of dust and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why folders work. I just don't think it's like what most people like their tactical head canon, you know, like this is how I'm going to use this thing, right? You know, the
Exactly.
gray man concept.
Yeah.
Well, I
mean,
got really hung up
yeah,
about like
let's-
the folding trunnion AKs, and it has to specifically be a 5.5 or a 4.5. 1913 folders on AKs are brain cancer, and you're wrong. I'm sorry.
You know, I
That
never
looks terrible.
did fold my AK.
No,
ever.
you never liked
No, I
folding
never
it.
did. I never had like a reason to fold the damn thing.
I tried shooting mine like an MP5, like an MP5.
I tried it
like
one time, and
push
I was like,
pull.
wow, this sucks.
Bro, the recoil from a 7.62 trying to do the push pull, it's just
But
like.
But
it's
I'm
not-
also
it's not it.
responsible. So like, you know, when they fire a round off an AK I see it skip off the fucking bourbon to Neverland. I'm like, oh, that's probably not a cool idea. I'm not like everybody else is like ignoring the fucking rounds just going into oblivion over the berm.
Yeah, I really tried to make
returning
push
lead
pull
into the
work.
earth.
Yes, just return it to Mother Earth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me just
Let
hit poor
cometh and
Timmy,
goeth.
poor
Back
Timmy
from
a
whence it
mile
came.
away. Yeah. Mom, was it wonderful?
I will say when
he's back
I
to the
do that,
earth.
when I clean my revolver, I do like finding the projectiles. I think I have a couple of them.
I'm
I
surprised
like
you don't just do it
saving
into a
them.
bucket of sand or something, to be honest.
I mean, it is sand.
No,
Yeah,
like so you
literally
can
Florida.
The entire
No, so
state
you
of
can-
Florida is made out of limestone.
look, Luke, I know what my state's made out of, sir.
Well, I mean,
All porous
No,
rock.
to recover.
Just wait for a sinkhole to
easier.
open up and you can just shoot into that.
Yeah, or pee into it.
Okay. I can't save
that's
that
like
as
speeding
much.
up the erosion process, actually.
Yes,
I don't
you're
give a shit,
making it
dude.
worse.
Dude, I just want to see a drunk Florida man pissing into a fucking sinkhole and just like throwing this beer bottle down there, and it's like, yep, Florida.
Florida man activities.
I had one of I saved a bunch of the 45 ones, and they're really pretty because they're HSTs. And then I
Yeah.
shot a couple gold
Yeah,
dots.
they flower out
Gorgeous
really nice.
flowers. They look great.
So if you guys want a little bit of Luke lore, I used to take federal HSTs. I got this idea from my buddy Josh and shoot them into like a 50-gallon drum of water, or like maybe like sometimes even like 1-gallon jugs, depending on what I had. But I would take those, coat them in a clear coat really quick right after a shot, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the brass and the lead tarnishes like very shortly after you shoot them. And then I would take them and then solder the back of them onto like old cufflinks, and then I used to make cufflinks out of them.
Oh,
Dude, that's
wow.
sick.
Yeah,
That's
isn't
really
fun.
cool.
It was
That's a
it was
good idea.
never like as like a business thing, but apparently that is a business deal now. Like people sell like cufflinks made out of HSTs specifically.
HSTs are the prettiest, I think.
I know,
They're the
like,
somebody,
most.
there's
somebody saw your cufflinks and thought it was a great
I
idea.
doubt it because I just gave them out as gifts, like Father's Day and stuff like that. But like
That's super
Oh.
cool.
I think there is someone who has a business now that riffs off of like one of these ideas someone saw, and it's they call them bullet bouquets.
But yeah, the flowers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are super cool.
I watched those go from being something post on Facebook, like but people just make into someone just making it their full-time gig, where
Yes.
they're making like these little sculptures, basically these little gun art, which I think is cool. I think we need more of that. I like gun art, like the murder
me
cube.
too.
You guys familiar with the murder cube?
No.
You guys have never heard about the murder cube? Spelled with a
No.
No,
K. Wow. Okay.
Murder Cube.
learn me.
Well,
Learn
okay.
me.
Learn me
So
knowledge.
back in the days, when I was, you guys can censor this if you have to, but I'm what's called an old fag on the internet.
Oh yeah, that's
Because-
the worst thing we've said on this.
Well, I don't know.
This podcast.
I mean, I know there's lots of swear words and stuff like that, but I
You
was
should listen to our firesides.
but anyway, old fag, basically a term for someone who's been on 4chan for way longer than they should have, i.e. like probably like somewhere around the before the 2010s.
Okay.
So when I totally forgot where I was going with this, but
That was
That's
the whole
where-
point of the story.
that's where I got like most of these ideas from. Actually, it was from like 4chan.
Yeah.
Specifically on the weapons board, but the murder cube on 4chan is kind of like a piece of art, anti-gun art that was flipped on its head because all the autists on 4chan saw it and were like, "Oh, that thing's fucking awesome."
Hell
what it
yeah.
is,
I'm
it's a
now
giant-
sending it now.
It's a giant
it.
cube. Yeah, that's
Found
it.
it.
It's a giant cube that is supposed to be like a testament to like, oh, this is for like everyone who's died because of gun violence across the world or something like that. How terrible guns are. And actually that box, if you look at it, there's a door on one of the sides you can't see and you can go inside of it and it's like a memorial or whatever. But people used to go find out where this exhibit was set up because this thing moves around every once in a while. This cube that has like guns and RPG rockets and stuff like that on the outside of it. People go to it and they'll take pictures of themselves like praying in front of it.
I have seen this.
Yeah, and it's like there's this pseudo religion around it, and it's called it's basically just the murder cube, the holy murder.
Bro, this
cube.
is some Warhammer shit.
No. This is before Warhammer was in vogue. You still were a gigantic nerd if you liked Warhammer back when this was around. But yeah, like
Dude,
this
that's
is
sick.
it's very cool, and like stuff like this, I think is awesome. And what sucks is that this is meant as a piece of anti-gun propaganda.
And it was turned around to like be like
I think it
the
totally got
Mormon
flipped on. So the
savior of-
original creator is probably devastated, unless they now enjoy guns, which I hope they do. But
they're like, guns are so evil. Look at these guns, and the autists and the world
That's
like,
fucking
ooh,
crazy.
guns.
Like,
You
dude,
have me at
sick
guns.
piece of art.
this.
Yeah, I just
this is
imagine
how-
like a massive expose of like what it's supposed to mean. It just starts with guns, and the autist is like, guns. So they're. I don't care. I read guns. That's all I need
Literally
to know.
guns.
Thank
There's
you.
even a fake Bible surrounding the lore of this supposed murder. Cube.
Dude.
It's actually pretty complex. Like the autism.
Magic Murder
the
Cube Marine.
Though I walk into the murder cube, I
What
shall
the
fear no anti-gun laws, for the cube
Dude,
surrounds
this
me.
is crazy.
When
It
freedom.
seems like a really efficient way to ship a shitload. This is how I imagine the Lord of War cleans up like war-torn countries. He's like, all right, just compress them into a cube and ship them.
It's like a very organized Katamari that just made entirely out of guns. You guys remember that game on the PlayStation? Katamari
No.
Damacy. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure there's like a Japanese kid out there yelling at me. It's
Right over my
basically
head.
you're a little alien dude and he collects garbage using a ball and he just rolls the ball around and it just sucks stuff up too.
I think
This
I,
is
I
like
think
what
I
do.
have seen that.
Yeah.
I think I know
Wow.
what you're talking about.
I'm a super nerd.
You're
Also, I'm
dating-
probably
that was
just
that
old.
was more nerdy than I was
I was
expecting.
gonna say you're really
Jesus.
dating yourself.
I know.
Hey.
I get nerdy about Transformers. That's all I got.
mean, I bought a Chinese handheld gaming device that I probably will never see.
Did you get it yet?
No. I just bought it so
Kevin
I
just
can play.
spent some money.
Dude,
it
I just
never
want, I
comes
want
back
to
to
I
him.
want to play Tekken 3 so damn bad. I just want to do the Paul punch, the Paul super punch. That's the only thing I want to do.
Oh,
It's
dude,
like-
Tekken 3. might be that might be the only fighting game I've actually enjoyed, which is to say, it's probably the easiest for my silly brain that doesn't.
That and
I suck at fighting
Soul
games.
Calibur 1 and 2.
Hey,
Never
Soul
played those.
Calibur's legit.
Yeah, Soul Calibur's pretty good.
The lore's
played-
pretty cool too.
Yeah.
liked Tomb
Bushido
Raider.
Blade. Did you ever play Bushido Blade, Luke?
No, I did not.
Oh, it's like this Japanese like sword fighting game, but it's hyper realistic. Basically,
My,
one slash and you're dead.
My older brother is the fighting game guy in our family, so like I played whatever he brought home and decided to use me as practice for.
Yeah, that's fair.
Played a lot
That's
of
kinda
racing
how-
and MotoGP games.
That's kind of how I was. I just played whatever games my brothers, had. Silent Hill, GoldenEye, yada yada.
Hey, Silent Hill and GoldenEye are both classics, especially GoldenEye.
Played
Yeah,
GoldenEye. I have played that.
Just the soundtrack. Go! I want everyone to stop this podcast right now. Go to YouTube and type in GoldenEye 64 soundtrack and just listen to it.
It goes
It
way
is-
too hard. It's like Phil Collins making the soundtrack for Tarzan. It's like you didn't have to
Yeah.
make it that fucking.
It's like it's like any good song that people like pretend like they don't like when people pretend they don't like Kenny Loggins or something like that. It's like you
Yeah.
like that because it's pure raw unfiltered Americana,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And even though
yeah.
GoldenEye is a British IP made about a British spy, it's got some sick riffs inside of there, some sick tunes. So
Yeah, that
it's
made in
worth listening.
American cinema, ironically.
or
Yeah.
I played a
yeah.
lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. A lot of those games.
I played Pro Skater. Also, I was not very good at that.
I
but
played
did
real
play that
life
quite a bit.
Pro Skater, except for I was not a pro.
Oh, okay.
I was a break both of your ankles and bust your shins up and make your mom angry at you for going to the hospital every other
I have
week.
another story, if I may.
You may.
All right, I'm ready.
So I have two older brothers. The one of my older brothers got really into skating. Like he got really good at it. And we'd go to the park and he would do this trick where he would jump over me. He would jump over me like a log. First, we would put a log on the concrete and jump it, land right on the log, split it in half. People were like, oh my God, that's terrible. Then I'm like, no. I'd scoop the log away. I'd lay there. I'm like, don't put me in the hospital. He's like, try my best. And he'd clear me. In hindsight, probably a terrible idea because it was
A
like
lot of
probably like
trust.
one. Yeah, I trusted him completely. And then other people would try to do it. I'm like, fuck you. No.
Yeah, it's always fun using your friends as obstacles to
Yeah.
overcome,
That's what
right?
they are in life.
Yeah, your friends are obstacles to overcome with a skateboard.
Yes.
Hey, man, if you've never practiced always on the dirt, like, who are you?
I don't even
I,
have a skateboard anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to be obsessed with skateboarding. Like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater came out when I was in middle school, I think. Like
Yeah.
middle of middle school or late middle school. Maybe I was in high school. I don't remember. But I just remember skateboarding was like the thing to do when I was in school. And that's all I did.
Yeah.
I would do my homework and go outside and skate for hours.
Yeah.
And
It was
nothing
just such a vibe.
What's a is that drugs or is like what's a ripstick?
No.
No, I really don't know. Is it
It's,
what's a
it's the
ripstick?
fucking
So
scooter
look it
that
up,
snaps your
look it
fucking
up.
ankles.
It's
It's the
fucking
ankle
ripstick
snapper.
here.
I thought skateboarding was too hard, so I figured, to be different. Actually, maybe it was just to be different because I was being difficult, as pretentious kids are.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So the whole thing articulates, and it's got a singular like caster in the middle.
Oh, I think, okay, I'm remembering what those are.
Yeah, they're self-powered. The biggest problem, or it's not self-powered, you power it, but my biggest problem with skateboards was I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like you push it kind of quickly and then you just ride it for a bit. And in my mind, I like the idea of going uphill, which is terrible in a ripstick. You basically have to make these like obnoxious, like go up like on kind of a shallow angle and like back and forth. But that is an excellent way to roll your ankle. And I think they still have them, but I remember the first one I got was a knockoff one because there's always a knockoff. Like there's knockoff Heelys, which I also have. I
Yeah.
was also a Heely boy. I keep a pair of Heelys in my truck as well, just to embarrass my wife when we go to the mall.
I was gonna say, like, are those for like tactical reasons or are they?
No,
they
it
could
was
be.
more because when I push the stroller with my son, it's very convenient just to kick your feet up and just kind of coast, and then you can steer it. It's very
Tactically.
fun.
Technically.
And then the side effect is that my wife is mortified as she sees me just go right by her with our kid. It's a good time. That's why she married me. I keep it interesting.
I would say that's a solid reason to keep the marriage together because it's
I
interesting.
would think so.
Yeah.
You're injecting new material into the marriage.
Yes, exactly.
And
That's exactly
one
what
day
I
maybe
offer
she'll
here.
get Heelys too and surprise you.
See, yeah, chain of influence, man.
My biggest problem with the Heelys is when you don't, because trying to walk with them is a death trap. You can't really do it. You kind of like it. It's like a reverse parade walk where it's like toe heel, because if you try to lead with your heel, it goes. Right.
Oh, so you have to walk like a person with autism.
Well, I walk like that now, but
Interesting.
but
Is that why you
because
walk so well with this?
My God, my son, he's really funny because when he gets excited about things, he goes up on his tippy toes, and that's how he walks. And I'm like, that's kind of how I walk.
He's gonna
'cause
start
I like
Naruto running before you know it. He's never gonna have seen a single episode of it. He's gonna start running with
Oh
sand
my
behind his
god!
back.
I remember the kids in high school that would Naruto run like.
Oh my God. I remember the Storm Area 51, everybody doing that shit. That was like
that kid who got on the news because he ran.
Was he the only one that got in? Everybody else is like, I'm leaving.
No. He never made it. No one made it in. No one made it in. It was all a big joke, right? It was like a big. People made battle plans and stuff like that, but it was all big.
There's a documentary.
It was like a festive location. Yeah, it was like people got together, hung out. Like, I mean, it's Area 51, dude. Like,
yeah, man, the government fucking sucks, man. And the soldiers just watching you drinking a cup of coffee.
It was not
about
so much about like trying to break into a government facility as much it was a bunch of like nerds trying to clap some alien cheeks. That's all it was all about. That's what they wanted. They wanted to see all the hot.
They want the aliens.
Everybody was bored inside and they wanted something to do. I imagine that has something to do with it.
It's possible it was all giant psyop. You never know.
Damn, I could have went out there and sold my pee as alien pee.
What is it with you and pee today?
I don't know.
What is happening? Why?
Kevin's probably got to pee.
Kevin needs to pee now.
I am working on it. Yeah.
Oh, he's building it up. All right. I was going to ask you earlier when we were talking about suppressors, just to take a complete left-hand turn here. Have you shot any of the flow-through Surefire cans?
Yeah, I've actually shot. I was there for. I went to. Where is it? Right here on my wall. On October 4th, 2023, I was up in New Hampshire, Dalton, New Hampshire, at the Ridgeline Defense Training Facility. Great group of guys in terms of carbine training. But I was up there with Surefire, and we were testing out the RC3.
Okay, so the 3.
Yeah. And of course, naturally, it worked perfectly as intended at that range with their muzzle device and the rifles. I mean, we were using 14.5 pin and welded, not pin and welded, 14.5 SBRs actually, with their, war comp or whatever muzzle devices on there. And then of course the RC3s. So, and we were shooting them inside like buildings and vehicles and stuff like that, just to kind of get a sense for how they work. But yeah, I've shot those. I haven't tried the RC4, the one that has a foreskin on it or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say the foreskin special.
Yeah, they're never going to live that down. That it just looks too much like a bell end. So
it's funny.
Jesus.
I don't actually. I didn't think it looked bad. Just kind of like that.
Your Angloism is showing.
All right, I'm not going to elaborate any further.
We could go down this road if you want, but you won't have a podcast anymore by the end of it.
Listen. Okay, so all of my suppressors would be circumcised. But I mean, in terms of the design, they did that specifically because of like the open end was like crushing or doing what it was supposed to shield the flow through part or the venting on the end of the suppressor or something. Because I guess they had problems where they would collapse on the sides, but I don't know.
There's probably a lot of fluid dynamic simulations all done by computers that you probably can't see with your eye.
Well, yeah. They forget if it looks like a phallic object, people are going to call it a phallic object.
It's a can. They all kind of vaguely look like dildo, especially all the fucking 3D printed ones. They're ribbed. They're all ribbed. They're all, and by the way, half
for your
half
pleasure
of the
or my
suppressor.
pleasure?
God, Well, Kevin, for your pleasure, when you burn your hand on it, you have
I
a fun little
touched
pattern.
one. It was hot, and it felt hot.
All the companies popping up 3D printing cans, it's hard to keep track of who's who because they almost all look the same to me. Because a bunch of them just kind of vaguely look like a Huxworks, or not the Huxworks, but like just the sort of textured tube with like a mount on.
Well-
Or I'm sorry, they look like the Q cans where they're welded, or they're just all the same 3D printing ones. It's
If I may show
may.
you guys, not the viewers, I have here the most technologically advanced writing instrument known to man. A pencil.
Is
No
that
matter
just like
how-
the
the
Russians?
Ticonderoga #2.
It's some cheap Chinese knockoff. But
I
I do
will
have a
have you
te-
know-
Look,
I
you
d-
can't even have a proper American pencil,
Oh my
Kevin.
god, fine. I do, okay? I do.
There we go. That's a Ticonderoga.
So-
I recognize
so
it as the green
here's-
text.
Here's the analogy. No matter how many times someone changes, it's still a pencil. No matter how many different suppressors come out, they all do the same freaking thing. And they're all made roughly on the same material.
Yeah, but what about those triangular pencils that don't hurt your middle finger when you're writing with them for a long time?
What about those weird oblong, like
ergonomic
crazy looking
improvement?
suppressors?
Wait, crazy what suppressors?
They have
What?
the ones that are like they're coffin shaped. I don't mean the Osprey, but they have there was like I don't remember. It was like a GE design or something, but it was like a 3D printed one where like most of it it looked like somebody like got it really warm and it was just like falling. But it kind of like it's like fuck. I'll send it to you if I find it. But they're just very strange designs. So I mean,
But they all do the same thing.
well, I think it's kind of like a rifle. It's like, what do you want it to do? Like, do you care if it's actually movie quiet? Or are you actually going to be shooting subsonic? Or are you just kind of hoping that it just sort of helps with the muzzle blast?
I want it not to deafen myself so I can talk to local law enforcement after I've shot the Kraken that's broken into my house.
Because that was the biggest hang up for me because I've been on this crank thing for a while. And I was thinking, well, do I really care? Because I mean, they have 4 different calibers and they got however, like whatever you need, they have a caliber for it. 5.45, 5.56, 300 blackout, 7.62 by 39. They're compelling. And I'm like, oh, it's a really good idea to have a short barreled 300 blackout. And then I'm like, I think that only really makes sense if I'm shooting the subsonic ammo. And then I was looking at prices for subsonic ammo, and I don't know that I want to I don't know that I want to pull the trigger on like holding, like just being able to shoot that. Because like the regular 300 blackout has recoil. It's kind of like shooting a 7.62 AK. So it's like, I think what would be really fun is just putting the crappiest 5.56 through it. I make reference to like miles per gallon. It's smiles per trigger pull.
No, it's just going to be godly loud. Because I stood next to one like 2 days ago at the range.
Well, I know Micah, whatever the hell his name is, the guy that was from
the guy
Grantham.
who looks like a 1970s pedophile.
Yes,
Yeah,
that guy.
With the guy, Micah Mayfield.
And the one in like the guy that looks him and Charlie both have like the
both have the
Sicario
same
glasses.
I like how
But-
that's like millennial Sicario. To me, they just look like the guys who like would wound up on the 6 o'clock news for like driving. I say that I
That's
like
the
them
white
both.
van.
I like both Charlie and Micah. I think they're
Yeah.
fine, upstanding gentlemen. But man, that style needs to die out.
Oh, I think in
So-
It
terms
works.
Someone
It works.
tonight-
Like it's working for them. They're probably doing it for the what's the term? Riz. Yeah. For the
The
Riz.
Riz.
Yeah.
for the Riz. The
Did they have an
Rizzles.
Astrovan? that they
You can
drive?
tell I've been hanging out with like my nieces a lot over the holidays because I'm picking up all this like
I'm like, wow, these are some
Yeah.
interesting words.
on
Yeah.
on God No Cap.
oh yeah, see it.
I think all of that's really antiquated now. I don't think people say that.
Are you sure?
I said YOLO to my niece and nephew, and they looked at me and they said, "Uncle, you're old," and shook their head in
Oh
disappointment.
my God. In
Yeah.
our graduating class 2012, which is when Kevin and I graduated, the commencement speech or the whatever
Yeah,
valedictorian, whoever the hell,
yeah.
the
speech.
girl that did it, she was like YOLO
YOLO.
indeed, and then she spelled it out, and then it was all about YOLO. That was her entire
You
speech.
only live once.
It was so stupid.
yeah,
It was
that is
so
what the
fucking dumb.
acronym means.
Yes,
Yeah.
incredible. Good
It is
job.
factually true. and spiritually mystic. Philosophical even.
Oh my God. Yeah.
She's a regular Socrates. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Diogenes, even, maybe
A
even a
Diogenes.
Diogenes.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
Oh
good.
no.
What pray telleth are these, good sire?
I'm more of
Your
a Seneca
shoes.
man myself. Actually, for the longest time, I had my Facebook profile was Seneca with a pair of quads because I was
Oh,
so
nice.
edgy. It was
There's
very
the only
edgy of
picture on
me.
the internet too.
No, well, I made that. I
I
added
know.
the quads.
I know.
Oh, okay.
It was unique.
Yeah, and then somebody took it. Like the guy saved it and then messaged me, and it was a picture. It was my Facebook profile. He was like, "Hey man, hope you don't mind, but I used your profile image." And I'm like, I mean, you already did it. First of all,
I had
You
a
copywriting son of a bitch.
I had a
fuck?
kid send me a message on YouTube, and he was like, "Hey, I would really like you to not use your your YouTube handle because I'm interested in starting a YouTube channel, and you have the name that I want. So please give it to me." And it just made me laugh because it's like I'm speechless, right? Like, what do you say to that? Like,
Yeah, what do you say to that?
yeah, it's like a child walking up to you. It's like, "Hey, sir, can I have your car because I would like to use it?" It's like, bro, like, come
No,
on.
What's
No.
your name? Luke? Can I have that name?
No, he wanted my channel name.
you wanted the
Oh.
channel name.
He wanted my channel name, which is kind of odd.
You should have sent like some cryptic message that had math and riddles and
I
all
think
kinds of stuff.
I think I sent him a smiley face, like an old school, just like the colon with like the parentheses, and I just sent him that. I just sent him a smiley face
Dude.
without any other context because my
Oh,
YouTube
man.
channel has been around since 2006. It's old.
I don't know how
You're pretty
old
much
mine
like grandfathered in.
But yeah, I mean, I've only had the one account because I remember it was based off my Gmail account, and I don't like change.
is. No, me
So-
neither.
Right.
I've
I
had
So
like
until that
4 or
email
5
gets hacked or
YouTube-
something like that, I'm gonna keep using it, which I hope never happens. But the risk of
I
that
wish
goes up
I
every
wish
day.
I had access to my GeoCities account. But I
GeoCities?
think, it's gone. I had a GeoCities website for a while.
there's still you can still find my original YouTube channels, my Airsoft one and my Transformers review one.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to them.
You did a Transformers
is.
review?
Yes, sir.
Like which Transformers? Like the reboots or the
No,
OG
G1
movies?
because I'm not trash. I don't like the Michael Bay stuff except for
Hey,
the first one. The
I was
first
gonna say,
movie's okay.
Yeah, the first movie's cinematic perfection for
Yeah,
one
it's pretty
reason.
great.
Because it's
quite-
got Megan Fox in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say because Blackout's in it, and that goes pretty fucking hard. And Barricade, I like Barricade because that was the only Ford, Shelby technically, in the whole series because it was a GM, like GM sponsored movie series. But Barricade's a Shelby GT500, which I thought was kind of cool.
Is Blackout a car? Because I know
the
he's
Hilo.
he's the CH-53 Super Stallion,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. That helicopter, by
What,
the way, you look at it, right? And it looks, because it's a single rotor helicopter.
Yeah.
Overhead rotor with just like a regular tail rotor. You think that thing is small. When I was in flight school, I had one of those things taxi by me, and holy crap, they're gigantic, like
Yeah.
huge. Like I think they're the same size, if not slightly longer, than a Chinook. I could be wrong.
Oh.
The Super Stallion is gigantic. It is an absolutely massive machine.
Speaking
those things are
of
so sick
Chinooks, I took that picture for you recently.
Yeah,
from
I
a
saw that
Chinook.
one.
Yeah, it was like seconds because it was flying hella fast over the water. I was like,
Hella
got-
fast
I was like taking
or
pictures,
Hilo
taking pictures.
fast.
Oh,
Hella also worked because helicopter. I just realized that didn't make any. I could
yeah,
have
and
just
also
left it.
I worked on Christmas, and the unit I was on is notorious for smelling like JP5 jet fuel when they land on the deck, when they land the helicopter, the trauma bird. And
Definitely not flammable.
they land in a bird, and like a patient's like, "Oh my god, the building's on fire!" I'm like, "No, that's just JP5." I went,
So
smells
I have
good.
planetism. You guys know this, so I had to look it up. So the Chinook is indeed smaller than the Super Stallion, which is wild to me because like
Damn.
the Chinook is 51 feet in length, and
Okay.
the Sea Stallion is 88.5 feet. It's almost 100 feet long.
Jesus
That's a huge
Christ.
helicopter, man. It's massive. It's like the size
That's
of a
pretty fucking
I don't
big.
know. I even know like a Boeing 737, like a short bus one.
Jesus.
See,
It's
that's
a big
fucking-
helicopter, man.
Well, I remember I was watching the behind the scenes for the first movie, and they were talking about how the military was like giving them options for different stuff they could use, or Michael Bay options for different stuff they could use. And he tells, or one of the producers was like, "Oh yeah," and then they showed us this really cool truck with like these hands that go in front of it, and I think it's for like mine clearing and obstacles and stuff like that. But I guess the guy whomever actually took the pictures did it intentionally misleading, so he took like a really low angle on like the actual paws of the truck, because I guess they're like super small. So in the movie they actually had to make them bigger because they were like really itty bitty, and I guess they were just like upselling their shit, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
But that in terms of firearms, that movie also had some pretty good guns, some pretty good M4 drip, as it were,
Mm.
and kind of
Is that-
lost. What?
Is that the one that had the AC-130? Or is
Yep.
that-
Yeah.
The first one. The first
They
one
were
had a whole
shooting
bunch of good
Scorponok.
stuff. It's not the E3 Sentry. What am I thinking of? The AWACS. They had an AWACS in there.
Yeah.
And I think there's even a couple like aviation centered channels that have mentioned that like that is probably one of the most accurate in terms of like what the US military would have been saying and or trying to do in regards to that situation, you know.
Well, they were sponsored by the U.S. military.
Yeah.
Most of those guys were military personnel. They
Yeah.
were
Just
on
like-
real bases using
That's
real
right.
shit.
That's what it was. It was like they filmed
Yeah.
it on an actual plane or something
Yeah.
like that. Or
That was
like
an
used
actual. I think
people.
those were
Nice.
actual flights, and they were training. And then it was like, oh, this is the only way we can let you on is if it's
Is that-
like.
Is that why I'm so hard watching the C-130 just absolutely tear up the fucking...
Dude, Scorponok, we got fucking gypped with Scorponok. He's not like, I don't know why, because it was inspired by the Soundwave, and like Ravage and Frenzy and Rumble, where he comes out of the chest, but they didn't want Soundwave to be in the, he ended up in it later, but he's a satellite. But he came out of like Blackout's ass, like in a cage in the back of the fucking helo, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Scorponok in the series is a triple changer, and he's a fucking fortress. He's huge. So I don't really know why.
Scorponok is?
Yeah, Scorponok is originally in the original series, he was a triple changer fortress. He was just a giant base, like Fort Max or any of the other base changers.
Well, it kind of comes with the
Interesting.
territory, right? Like everything Transformers has to transform, right? Like even Cybertron transforms, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's Primus, or that's Primus. That's their god, basically, and
Oh,
then
okay.
Unicron's like the devil.
Based
yeah, they're
based band to have
planets.
as your god. I would have Primus as my my god too.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I like Primus,
Huh.
but yeah, that's my Transformer nugget for. Actually, I've this is based on
Hey,
the
Optimus
video
Prime.
game series. Yeah,
The-
this is based on Devastation, the PlayStation 3 game, which I need to download. I love that game. I think I can emulate it. Maybe we'll see.
You
But,
gonna try?
And then we'll
I'm
be
gonna try.
going... We'll be
Just
going
like I
to
tried
SHOT Show
MGS4, which didn't work.
and-
Yeah. Speaking of
I'm
Kevin,
just-
Kevin, you just mentioned it. Are both of you
I
going to
did.
SHOT Show?
Yes. Yeah, I got
Yes, we are.
credentialed finally.
Were you guys shacking up together in?
Brace, we're
Uh,
shacking up together. And
I forgot. It's on the strip, but we got to walk there.
thank
like,
God
it's-
it's on the strip. That's
It's a few
That's all I
blocks
need to
away.
hear.
Like
I don't care.
Excalibur, Treasure Island.
Hold on. I
As
have the
long as
confirmation.
it's on the
Kevin,
strip.
Kevin, say words. Say words while I do this. My
there it
dad's
is.
We're
done.
gonna go to the
Palm.
SHOT Show. We're gonna see a lot of stuff. I got my GoPro 12 from the pawn shop. I
Hilton
paid
Garden
a lot.
Inn,
Oh, there it is. Hilton
City
Garden
Center.
Inn.
Wait, the Hilton
wherever
Garden
the
Inn?
hell that is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a little ways south down the strip.
Okay. So south.
so-
But yes. So
I mean, as long
Yeah.
as it's on the strip, we'll be fine. I mean, we can
yeah,
just walk
it
in.
is. It's closer. I think it's closer to the airport. Maybe.
Yeah, it's closer to McCarran or whatever they're calling it now. Harry Reid.
An
that-
airport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the big one, not the Air Force Base. That's Nellis to the north,
Yeah.
way to the northeast.
Okay.
It'd be funny if we
So-
landed there on accident. I don't know
Well,
how that
so
would
our-
happen, but it'd still be funny.
Our plan is we're flying in Sunday, and then Monday we're going to visit Bo at S5 Tactical. And then the same day we're flying to Vegas because we were going to drive, but it ended up being cheaper than renting a car, which I thought was kind of funny. And then
Okay.
we're flying in that morning,
So wait, so we're
Tuesday
flying,
morning.
So we're flying to Arizona, and then same day we're flying from Arizona to Vegas.
No, not same day. We're flying on Sunday. We're staying Monday. And then Monday we do the S5 thing. And then Tuesday morning at like 6 a.m. we fly to Vegas. So it's
So like
a bit of a
4 a.m.
turnaround.
So like
Okay.
4 a.m. we're
Okay.
gonna be at the airport.
So
Yeah,
neither one
basically.
of you have been to SHOT Show before, right?
Nope.
Now
Never
What
been.
are you guys expecting? Like what are you hope
complete
to see?
insanity.
Chaos and a lot of people and a lot of anxiety because
I
of
have
people,
I have
mostly.
my GoPro ready to go.
Yeah,
Well,
I think we might. I'm sorry to say this to viewers, but I don't know that content creation is going to be on the forefront. I think it might be a bit much because I think what we're going to try, or not. I think the goal is making connections and seeing what there is and figuring out. I mean, yeah, we'll do. I mean, Kevin can do the blogging thing and bother me about it, but
We're doing it together.
yes, we are doing it together. You're right. So.
He's just dropping this bomb now. Like he's so we're actually
No,
not
I'm
gonna
not-
do
But
video stuff.
You're
by the
doing
way.
all of the work, Kevin. Congratulations. You've been promoted.
No. Hey,
You've
I
been
have to talk to the people.
promoted.
He
You're one
forces
of my
me in front of people.
employees.
He's like, go over there and you talk to those people. And I say no. And he says, you have to. And I say, okay. And then that's
Man,
kind
you
of
really
what
are
Suppress
married to
Fest
two
was.
people. I hope Hannah's not upset at Kevin.
The only difference is
It's
that
part-time.
Suppress
It's
Fest, I
part-time
had
marriage.
a
Yeah, it's
very
a part-time
nice
marriage.
and a steel object pointed in his fucking ass crack to do it. So now I'm gonna have to use my finger.
At least
That
you're not
works on
peeing on me, I guess.
that works on pit bulls too.
Oh, God.
You know, funny enough, that's where I got the idea.
We just got the brochure, the pamphlet for all the for the floor, which I thought was kind of cool. But there's a lot.
I really want to go to
Yeah,
the
it's hundreds
no-name
of acres
people.
of just booth after
Yeah.
booth after booth.
I want to get to the no name people and do some videos there just to give them shout outs because we're kind of low level
Yeah.
and I
I
want
think
to
it'll be a
support
little easier.
like low level creators.
I know
in the
we're going
basement.
to go to Murdoch, the L85 guys. I know we're probably going to try to meet up with Kirk because Kirk said that he doesn't like doing the people things, and I also do not like that. So we're going to hang out with him because he seems fun. And then I think Hammy's going now because I guess, or I think he was saying he didn't know if he was going to go, but he might be going now. So.
If he does, then we're doing another floor interview. And just despite the NSSF.
I'm pretty sure.
Were they mad that you did a floor interview?
Not necessarily. Like, I don't think they care that much, but they highly discourage. Actually, no, they outright ban people who are supposed to be exhibitors from bringing objects onto the floor. They don't like that.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're coming there to sell your wares, you should be coming as an exhibitor. But I guarantee you there. I mean, just like how if you have an Instagram page with 500 followers, you're not supposed to be coming as media.
Really?
Fair.
Yeah, it's the verbiage. The NSSF wants like legitimate media sources there, i.e., people who are actually reporting like news or doing reviews and stuff like that. Like versus, what would I call it? All the basically like micro cringe influencers that like show up just to do like shorts, basically shorts creators is what kind of like what they're trying to avoid.
So the when I say I'm not doing content, the content I'm going to be doing, I want to focus not on video because I need to focus on taking pictures for stuff to write about. That was kind of my goal because I was just thinking if I try to do for the first time I'm going, if I try to pull myself that thin, I'm just going to be already exhausted. But I think
we kind of
turn out very well if I do that.
Suppress Fest, we kind of learned that.
Yeah, that was a fun way to learn because it's a lot. Just trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
Welcome to the media side of the industry, boys.
Yeah. So we'll.
It's a lot
I
of
mean,
work.
I think that's what we'll do is we'll find the people. Kevin and I after we're gonna have some powwows of planning. Since we got to plan how we're gonna be, where we're going, and who we're gonna meet. So
Yeah.
figure that out.
I mean, I
And then
just
there's
want
a
to turn the
local company.
GoPro
we
on
gotta
and
finish.
just walk around.
Well,
I was gonna say, are you
also
guys gonna
think
do any Vegas-y things? Like, have you ever been to Vegas before?
I am
I
not a
haven't.
gambler. Kevin wants to gamble. I'm not a gambler.
$100.
I'll hang out with him. No,
$100.
That's what I
still
do.
no.
I take $100, and if
Yeah.
I lose it,
Thank
it's
you,
gone.
Luke.
But typically,
I
I
will
come home
go-
with
I
about
feel like Bryce is
$650 every
definitely
year.
afraid of it, but I feel like it'd be hilarious.
No, it's I
if
just
Bryce
don't
does
do
it
it. It's
and
like
he
I don't
just, like,
smoke.
hit big.
I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't. It's not a matter of
Yeah, Bryce
dabble. It's
is
just I don't do it.
Bryce is like Dr. Zoidberg. He fucking
Kevin,
like
stop
hits,
peer
like,
pressuring
massive-
him.
It's not a. It's he can't peer pressure me. If I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. But it's not a matter of like I think it's bad or good. It's just I don't do it.
No, I
it's
100% get
pretty
it.
much it.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm on board with that.
all right, now before we end this out, is there anything that people are excited for, Luke or Kevin or myself, in terms of
I'm
things
just
we're looking
excited
for?
to explore SHOT Show
Products, specifically products,
and-
things like companies that you're looking forward to going and visiting.
Hollow Sun. See what Hollow Sun's cooking up.
I know they have a IR laser red dot they're coming out with, which they apparently haven't announced, but
Wait,
they
that's
sent
not
it.
on their website. How
Hold
do you
on,
know
I'll
that?
show you. Hold on.
How do you know that information? It's not on their website yet.
It's on the SHOT Show magazine.
Oh,
So I Googled that. I mentioned it in the last podcast, and I didn't sign it. And nobody said I couldn't say what that is because it kind of feels like their marketing guy was like, "It's fine, just put it in the magazines. No one's going to talk about it." But it's like a laser ARO thing, which I think is kind of cool. And I want to visit PSA because I think every year PSA has a bunch of stuff they tease that they never do.
So that's why I could see PSA is starting to piss me off, actually, because they do stuff like that all the time. It's almost like you're putting out all this. It's like they're spilling their spaghetti all over the table, but you can't buy any of it.
right.
It's like, oh yeah, this thing is going to be really cool in like 2 years when we have it done, and then it's not going to work still, or it's going to be broken, or the quality
and then
control is going to be terrible.
yeah,
Like
sometimes
PSA
they
is still PSA
yeah.
at the end of the day. I really wish they had continued to do this, like the PX57 or whatever it's called, like their 5.7 guns and like their mixtape even. Like I wish they would take those good ideas, like what their voting system, and really, really, really poured a lot of resources, thought, and engineering and quality control work into each of those products, because when they do come out with new things, that's how I feel they're doing it. It's like quantity over quality, which I wish they would focus more on quality. Because if they did and still maintained like a relatively low price point, they would probably do a way better
Knocking it out
job.
of the park. Yeah.
Well, we just got not just, but we got an update about the 2011. They're like, we're definitely doing this 2011, and it'll end up being like, yep,
it's gonna be
and
too
then
late.
They've been teasing the semi-auto and the pump action shotgun, and then they were like, oh yeah, we're doing this bolt gun too, and then we're doing this really cool AK-12 thing, and then now the 9mm version. It's like, but what we're actually going to come out with is this completely cancerous bullpup chassis piece of shit.
It's not cancerous.
It's not that bad, but I know Kevin likes it, so I like poking fun at it. But I don't like the chassis conversions. I
It's
think they're kind of
interesting.
goofy. Is it? Is it actually?
I mean,
It
it's
kind
like
of just looks
like any other clamshell high tower armory drop-in stock.
That's
right?
what I don't understand. I mean, the SA-80 or the AK, whatever the hell, the one that makes it look like an L85, that's at least sort of compelling because you can put a BRN upper and it sort of kind of looks like one, I guess. But I mean, I think we did this in one of the other podcasts, but for like effectively the same money, you can just buy a fucking AUG, which I'm not really sure. I mean, objectively, I think is the most. Would you? Okay, with the exception of a FAMAS,
chassis are meant for stuff like this. And
like
no one can see
actual,
this.
like dude, that VSS thing for people that don't. He's holding a VSS 22 or 1022 conversion thing.
Yeah,
did you suppress that?
Yeah, it's suppressed. It's integrally
Hell
suppressed,
yeah.
actually.
Dude, that's so sick.
Which is funny because it's not, I mean, you don't normally, but I got the barrels from Angstad Arms, which, they make integrally suppressed barrels. But I think that's what chassis are really good for, or like chassis guns are good for making a gun look like another gun. And it's really only fun for that purpose, because otherwise it screws up the ergonomics. Like the VSS 22 doesn't have like the correct eye relief or the correct offset axis for the. I mean, I have a PSL 1. Like this is a Russian scope or whatever, and
Okay.
it's off center though. If you look at it,
Yeah.
it's not exactly
Well, isn't the
zeroable.
SVD off center too? I thought it was like to the left.
It might be. It might be. I don't have a lot of experience with Slavaboo firearms outside of like a handful of AKs and SKSs and stuff like that. So
Nice.
on paper, I know plenty about them, but experience wise, haven't touched them that much.
Yeah. Well, I want so many. I like what PSA is on paper, but when you buy their like, I want a 5.56 crank,
like, meh.
but we just, I mean, gun quality enforcement posted or shared that one video of the fucking 102 blowing up. It's not even the first one that's done that, by the way. It feels very Centurion Arms. Like, it's like Jesus, or is it Centurion? No.
Sentry?
Not Sentry. Like Centurion Arms, my bad. Century Arms. It's very BF 47 or whatever the hell those fucking things are.
Well, I feel like the PSA guns are not really meant for just like to get guns in the hands cheaply.
I mean,
well, I'll ask you guys this. So most customers, most gun owners, not including the three of us in this chat, how many rounds per month do you think they shoot?
I think it'd be more
200.
like once a year, maybe like
Kevin,
50 rounds a year.
You think the average gun owner is shooting 200 rounds of 7.62 by 39 or 5.56 or 9mm per month?
I say 200.
Dude, I don't think people shoot monthly.
Well, let me defend my position here. I say 200 because you can buy bricks of 200, and
they don't.
Ammo goes fast when you're just out there blasting.
People think that like
if you go once a month, you can blow through it easy.
We're not talking about what you can or can't do. It's what people actually do.
Let's take a look at it from like a public perspective, like not inside the industry. This is me like using someone else's point of reference to demonstrate what I'm talking about. When you see like your local news sees like they get a warrant out for some crazy dude who's been like saying he's gonna bomb the mayor's house or like whatever, shoot up a school, whatever. And then the FBI goes and finds him, right? What do they call an arsenal?
Dude, for real, like he has 2 guns,
2 or 3 guns of like dubious efficacy, which is why most of these guys fail, right?
Yeah.
And then they say like, oh, he had a stockpile of ammunition, which is like
200 rounds,
typically like somewhere between like a couple hundred to maybe like 2,000 rounds. And if you stop and think about that, I probably go through that much ammo in just like maybe a month. Sometimes like 1,000 rounds is easy to do in a month.
Yeah.
If I'm like working really hard, especially on one gun, like, but your average gun owner, most people at most, even people who practice a lot will maybe go through like 50 to 100 rounds every 2 weeks, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that, most people load their handgun up and it never gets unloaded and probably never makes its way to the range. A lot of times their rifle comes out like once every quarter for like a range day with their buddies and things like that, which is fine. Like I want people to go out and shoot, but I think realistically, most people really don't shoot that much. They own guns for either the investment, the cultural comfort, or just because that's what they want to spend their money on.
It's like a check. It's like checking off something. It's like, okay, I have this thing.
Yeah,
now move on.
It's an accessory for their lifestyle, which is, again, it's fine. It's a free country. You can buy whatever the hell you want. But I also don't think most people are actually, most gunners are not shooters, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Now that you put it into perspective, like every time I've got to my range, I go to this free. I usually can outlast them. I just have to wait around long enough and they'll leave because they run out of ammo.
And think about it like that. Like the expense of shooting 500 rounds of any caliber. I mean, 22 long rifle is going to be your cheapest. That's about $35 to $50, depending on what you're buying. 9mm, 500 rounds of 9mm, $250. Yeah. 500 rounds of 5.56. That's like $500. You know? Like,
yeah.
Actually, a little less. It's like maybe 300.
It's a little less. Yeah,
50 cents.
It's leveled off.
It's definitely an investment, though.
That's a chunk of money. That's a whole trip to the grocery store for
Yeah, it's gas in
What
the
for
car,
what for what in return,
insurance.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Serotonins.
I think that people like us, it's very easy for us to overestimate how much the average gun owner shoots, because we are not the average gun owners. This is our job, right?
Right. Yeah, that's a fair point. Well, I mean, I like the I think Kevin has a very more optimistic look though. I like that. He's like,
You
"Yeah,
have
it's a
to be
couple
optimistic.
hundred
You guys
rounds."
aren't as jaded as I am, so like you're
Well,
talking over here about SHOT Show, and I'm like, man, I so can't wait to get back home
well,
after SHOT
well,
I
Show,
when
and I
it
haven't
comes to
even got here yet.
firearms, sir, when it
I
comes to
will
firearms, we're not
I
jaded.
feel
Healthcare,
obligated to be
mm,
excited, but I will admit I was pretty heartbroken because I was trying to get it so my wife and son could come with me because I don't like not being I just like being with them. I do
Right,
this, and then I'm a dad and a husband. That's
right.
all I do. And it bums me out I can't bring them, but at the same time, they wouldn't see me very often, so and
You
they're not Vegas people. They're not gonna
you don't really want to bring your family with you to Las Vegas, number one, but to SHOT Show
Right.
especially, because it's like you're not going to have any time to do anything you want to do with them,
you're gonna feel split
unless they
too.
work with you, unless like their
Right.
job is to do your exact same thing. I don't think there's really a reason to, because you could definitely like spend a day or two either end of SHOT Show, like spend an
Mm.
extra 100, $200 to stay in Vegas for an extra day or two. And you can go look at all the cool stuff. You can go see a Blue Man Group downtown, catch a show, like go to some nicer restaurants like that are in the area. I mean, like Vegas has got some cool stuff. Go see the Hoover Dam, or
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
be a turbo autist and you can live out your Fallout New Vegas fantasies and walk all the way from Prim to Nellis Air Force Base if you want to. Even though that would take you
Do
much
that.
longer than that does in the game, because
Oh.
the map is
Well,
scaled way down.
so
Those
I think
bastards.
I think the next goal for me is at least bring my wife because she does inform a lot of what I do in terms of like having the new shooter opinion or like she's she's pretty smart. So she she thinks of things a lot more dynamically and she adds a lot to what I can offer. I mean, even what we have at the podcast, a lot of what we talk about is informed by her or just having a different perspective because at the end of the day, she just has a different outlook and it's really helpful. And it's also nice because she's getting more interested in firearms. I know we also like hanging out. So it'd be a lot more fun for me to have somebody else. Not that Kevin isn't amazing and I love Kevin, but in
I'm
addition,
just heartbroken over here.
well, no, I mean, as a trio, we have fun.
I don't
So,
think Kevin will let you sleep next to him.
no, I think it's more that I don't let Kevin sleep next to me.
Well,
I've
He
been telling him for
snores like a
years,
chainsaw.
buy fucking earplugs.
Oh my God. Get a sleep. You have sleep apnea. Just
Okay.
cure your illness. You
Buy
absolute
fucking
monster.
earplugs. Yeah, tinnitus.
I'm taking Hannah's AirPods
There you go.
for white noise because I have to have white noise. Like really
Good.
loud white noise.
Sleep
Good.
smarter,
Now
not
I can-
harder.
Maybe I'll be able to sleep like a log.
Yeah, I will admit I'm not very nice. I'll just throw shit at him when he's
I mean, as you
Shut
should.
the fuck up.
Yeah, it's real, man. Like sleeping, like I think when I was in Finland, we were sleeping in the cabin in Lopi, and there's this one guy who was snoring up a tsunami, and I'm normally a pretty heavy sleeper. Like I can sleep like with all sorts of noise going back from it. This was disruptive. Like it was vibrating the rafters.
That guy.
It was
That
so
guy right
it
there.
was so bad that there was 2 or 3 people who ended up going outside to sleep in the middle of nowhere, Finland. Like Lofi is in the middle of nowhere, like, or at least the
Jesus.
range is up there. And there's people who
Yeah.
like literally, I'm just gonna go outside and sleep. It's more pleasant. It's like, oh man, that must be pretty bad. I just ended up wearing my I took Bryce's route and I just shoved my noise canceling headphones in.
Yeah, that's the play for me because I mean at the end of the day it's just it doesn't fucking and to be fair it would be a little bit better because then I could control what noises I got going on so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
I like making fun of him because it's
Now
fun
I can
and
just
I
go.
love him. Dude, that is what it sounds like. He sounds like he's demented and he's being reanimated like an animal from the warp.
I'm
He's being
sorry
possessed.
that the back of my neck muscles relax so damn much that my tongue gets in my airway.
That's why you're good at relaxing your throat, huh? Just that.
Wow. Time to start an OnlyFans, Kevin.
That's how we'll pay for the trips from now on.
Oh man. We live in a society.
God, I set myself up for that, so I can't.
Him and fentanyl with homeless people in alleyways.
I heart hammy fent.
Oh God, we really need to. The idea is to get shirts that say "Hammy sold me fentanyl" or "sold me fent" on
Hammy fent. I heart hammy fent.
Hammy
Fent.
sold me Fent on the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except it happened like
behind the
obnoxiously
Denny's.
large on like one of those commando style or commando
Yeah.
store hats. It's like fucking massive.
I
So
want to get a T-shirt that has the map from the Denny's and say "Hammy sold me fent" and just have an arrow.
God damn it. Oh fuck.
Sponsored by
right.
the NSFF.
There it is. He got closer than I did. Not safe for work. Not super safe. But all right. Well, gentlemen, I think this has been a splendid podcast of talking and debauchery.
I hope I derailed every single point
Oh my
you guys
God.
had lined
It was
up. I'm sure
perfect.
Hannah
You
hates me
attempted-
because she's like,
you
oh yeah, well I got
attempted
all
to.
these things you guys are going to talk about. And I'm like, well, what about this instead? And it's very easy to get you guys off track. So
Wait.
I apologize
yeah.
to Hannah.
There were talking points that I had no idea about.
Wait, were there talking points?
Were
didn't
there
I don't know.
really
that.
talking points?
I didn't know. I thought you guys like typically plan these. I told you how I do my
we-
podcast. I just ask people questions that are floating
We
around in my
used
head.
to, but I think just our dumb brains don't
I
work
got
that
tired
well.
of making that
so-
one.
I think a lot of guests prefer it, like especially ones who are there for like more of a technical discussion, because like there's like companies who are like, oh well, could you please tell me what kind of questions you're gonna ask me? And I think it's because a lot of them are afraid I'm gonna do a drive-by like, what about this? What
Dude,
about
that's what
all
we
the
hear. It's
taxes you
like-
haven't paid in the
Yeah.
last 5 years? It's like, wait.
Interesting.
Well,
Your product caused injuries to people. Did you know about that?
the common question we get is, well, you're not just going to ask me about like my political opinion or who I vote for, and I'm like, no, I don't.
I'll
First of all,
tell
I don't
everyone
care.
right now, the last person I voted for, and you can put this in writing, was Ralph Nader.
God bless.
Wow.
And I'll tell you
Green
both the
Party.
first, it actually informs you of the first and last time I ever voted in a U.S. general
Yes, it
election.
That's everything you need to know.
Yep.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I mean, I think we'll probably try to do something on the SHOT Show floor, very impromptu, because I know we have a couple like Spectrum Defense and a couple people that want to do stuff with us. But
Yeah.
when you're not fucking super busy, which is never, so I don't know when we'll be able to do that. But
Find
we'll
me
try
on
and
the
meet up.
floor and we'll do a drive-by. We can make it
Hell
happen.
yeah, we can do that. All right. Well, to all those listening, thank you so much, and thank you, Luke, for coming on and
Thank you guys.
adding to this special blend of retard.
Oh,
that
I'm
we'll
always
see
here.
you-
I'm always here
We'll see you
to
next year.
home wreck. Yes,
Yeah.
I will see you next year. Thanks.
Yes, you
thanks,
will.
Dad, for that great joke.
Wait, I'm the dad. That's my job. You
Oh.
dick.
Wait, why didn't you say the jokes then?
I'm rolling the outro, you monster.
You moved the
Thanks for
intro, you
tuning in, guys.
I'm not a monster, you bastard.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Very cool. You should like and subscribe.
On Facebook and Instagram.
And Twitter and Spotify. You should listen there too. If you
Aren't they
heard this on
listening to
Spotify.
this on Spotify right now?
Well, they could be, but there's also YouTube podcasts, so
Ooh.
all of the places.
We always forget where we post this stuff.
We don't know where this is. Thank you for listening wherever you're listening to, but you should also like the other places that we are. And
Who
then
are we and what the hell are we doing here?
yeah, I don't know how we got here. So thank you for letting us talk directly into your ear holes.
Ah, right to the brain.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Adios.